Flosstube. My name's Lisa. Welcome to my home. This channel is called Lisa Abby's Needleworks, and I just talk about stitching and other things. So if you're interested in some of that stuff, this might be appealing to you. Otherwise, you might want to move on to something else. But I hope you'll find something here that'll be exciting. Today I'm just going to film the video in my bedroom. So this quilt behind me, I thought I'd mention a little bit about it. My mom made this for me years ago. I'd say probably 25 years ago. And so I have 3 dogs, so I don't want to necessarily use it on my bed anymore because I don't want it to get faded and washed out. Even though I love that kind of a look, it's just my mom made this for me and she doesn't quilt anymore, so I want to treasure it. So I have it hanging up here behind me. It's hanging basically from a ladder that has a bunch of stuff on it. So anyway, so that's my different area that we're shooting in today. So I have some fully finished things and I have a couple finishes. I got a little bit of Stitchy Kindness and I have my whips and I have some haul. So I thought we'll just go ahead and get going on it. As far as fully finished items, I was able to work on a little portion of a prairie schooler pattern that I had been working on. It was the bottom of a larger part of the pattern, and I just decided to just do the bottom part, and then I used the border from the very top edge. So I just made it into a pillow and then just attached it and made it like a little pocket so that you can stick scissors in it. Anyway, I think it turned out really cute. So anyway, so that was my first finish. The second finish was a freebie off of Pinterest, a little bat. So I had just talked about, last video, I talked about putting it on a drum. So that's what I did. Let's see, he hangs upside down, so that's him. And then I just used black fabric, and then I put some little trim around the edge, mainly because when I was doing the bottom part of it, can you kind of see how my circle was a circle? It was no problem with that. But when I cut this strip, I must not have had this end square. So basically my top fit fine, but then the bottom part of it, it was too big. So I must have not had that seam square. So I've learned to try to check that for the next time. And if I had been probably working and it would have been the beginning of a day, I probably would have stopped and redid this whole bottom. But I was just being impatient, so I just finished it. And now that I finished it, I see that, and I kind of wish I hadn't done it that way, but it is how it is for right now, and I might decide to change it next time, but it's almost time to put Halloween stuff away. I want to decorate for Christmas. I need to stop. Sorry, I hope you don't hear me wheezing. It's not a good breathing day today. Okay, so I got some Stitchy Kindness. I got a really sweet card from Donna Ray and from Flannel Jammies Farms, and she sent me some little stitchy goodness, some 310 and some gray chenille trim. So I'm excited to use that. So thank you, Donna Ray, for thinking of me. And my friend Sandy, who I met through these videos, I've kind of become a pen pal with her, and she sent me something that I am so tickled by. I had seen, and I'm not familiar with who exactly started this, but somebody charted it that says it's You I Like. And so anyway, she stitched that for me, and she said she wasn't sure how I would want to finish it, so she just left it up to me. So now I'm trying to come up with some kind of a finish idea, but I love that. So thank you, Sandy. Okay, so I did get a few things finished on the stitching part. I had been working on, I think it's sunflowers. It's by the Woolly U, I know that. Something about Autumn Ridge. Anyway, I was able to get that finished. Another commenter, I had talked about how I didn't know what date I was going to put down here at the bottom. And Karen says, well, you live in Ohio, and she does also. She said, maybe you should put 1803 because that's when they became a state or whatever. So that's what I did. I kind of changed the, I think it was supposed to be 1802. I changed that to a 3. I did get the divided lights. Looks like I got something on there. I got the lights done, the window pane type things. That's not the right word. What am I trying to say? Divided lights in the window. So I was able to get that finished. Got the little pennies done on the side. So now I just have to decide how I'm going to fully finish it. I looked around in my stash, and I don't really have any frames that are necessarily the right size. So we'll see. I went to the chiropractor today, and I was going to go to look for a frame, and of course I forgot this. So I just told myself I didn't need to go to the thrift store, and I just came home. It was painful. It's hard for my car to steer by there without stopping. But anyway. Okay, so then that was a pattern that was gifted to me from Gail, and she had also given me this one. Just a little sampler by Cottage House Samplings. So I was able to get that one finished up. In the chart, you're supposed to fill in around the date, and I just decided to just leave it simple. Even though I love to fill in, it's like a mindless stitching. I couldn't really decide what color I would want to use, and so I just decided to leave it as it is. But I love how it turned out. I have, and I meant to bring that up from the basement and I forgot, but I have like a little treenware thing that I got at the thrift store that looks kind of like a little wooden shovel type of deal. And there's a blemish on the center of the shovel, so it was super cheap. But if I put that inside it, that won't show. So anyway, that's my idea for finishing for that. We'll see if that turns out. If not, I kind of thought it would look cute on a grater because it's like an antique grater. It's just about the right size, I would think, if I got a big one. Let me see if I can fold it down. But once the edges are turned in, you know, I think it could look cute on a grater too. So we'll see. Hopefully by next time I'll have that finished. I was watching a bunch of people who've been talking about, what is this called? A brick sampler, I believe, by Brenda Gervais. And I had done it on the called for. I did 28 count, and it's supposed to be over 1. But I don't enjoy it. I did sort of enjoy it when I was working on it because it was very exciting to see if I could accomplish it. But now that I like to stitch in hand, the poking thing is kind of getting on my nerve. And at least with the size needles that I have here on hand, I can't really do that method. So anyway, I was watching Brenda and the Serial Starter, which if you haven't watched them, you need to stop my video and go watch them because they are a hoot. And they talked about one of their patterns they thought about maybe stop stitching on the size fabric that they just don't really enjoy stitching on anymore, to kind of stop and make it into something else. So I kind of thought that I might be able to make it into a needle book. Either I can leave that little tree on or even take that off altogether too. Because this is the part that I really love. I kind of changed the dogs at the bottom because there was 3 dogs originally in the chart. And so I did my 2 dark dogs on this side and the terrier that has lighter fur I was going to put on this side, but we just won't have Molly on this needle book. But anyway, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about, because I don't enjoy it. After I saw hers, I thought, oh, I need to get that out and start working on it. And I put in a few stitches and I just don't like it. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do out of this, because I have plenty of the fabric that I think I could, make it into a needle book. And since I have gone to so many different places and brought my stitching and thought, oh, I'll get some stitching done while I'm waiting at an appointment or whatever, so many times I've gotten there, I have everything I need except a needle. You really need that to do cross stitch. So I thought I need to have a cute little needle book in all of my project bags. So that's a life goal. And I need to do that stat. I'm using so many of their little sayings, like on my radar. And I'm using it in my brain, not necessarily out loud, but, like different laws and things. So, but anyway, I enjoy watching their videos. And so anyway, if you haven't watched Brenda and the Cereal Starter, you need to head over their stat. Okay. So I haven't gotten a ton of stitching done this week because I have tried to use it as a week to try to get more organized. As I've said, if you've been here before, a lot of times I don't write down what color I decide to use for a chart because I very rarely use the suggested colors. I just like to use what I have on hand. Or if I go through Joann's or whatever, I'll just kind of pick from the DMC the colors that I think I would like to use. Well, I seldom write them down anywhere because I don't want to write on my pattern. So, but then what happens is I need that color for something else, so I'll get it out of that project bag, and then I can't remember exactly what color I was using. And it doesn't really matter unless you have a lot of shades that are really close. And then you can do part of a house in the wrong color and not realize it because you're doing it at night at 12 o'clock in the morning and you don't notice. I'll get to that project here in a little bit. So I took the time to make some thread drops this week. Well, it's not this week, last week. And I was able to start getting some of my projects put on little rings so that way I know exactly what project it is for and I don't make so many mistakes. And plus I found that it was just so much fun to just be able to stick my needle in there, pull one thread out and go. So I have gotten quite a few of those things, some of my bigger projects put on those kind of thread drops, and I'm really excited about that. But I didn't have a whole lot of time to stitch after I did a lot of that. But I did get a little bit more done. I pulled out Sampler Hill. So I was able to do the door and the windows. I did the flower pots on either side of the house. And I did the tree that doesn't have the leaves on yet. And then I had like 3 rows of grass. And so I'm almost done with that part. But anyway, love how it's coming along. So it's moving pretty good. I just have to do the border at the bottom and of course the other half. But love how it's turning out. I was so kind of concerned about what color I was going to use for the windows. I didn't know if I wanted to use like a light yellow so it looked like all the lights were on and it was a warm glowing thing, or so I decided to just use like a beige color. And I like how it turned out. So I got a little bit on that one done. And I was able to bring out Summer at Cherry Hill. Just love this one. So I was able to get a little bit more of that done. I had done through the K. So I was able, oh shoot, just lost my needle, just a second. I was able to get the M, N, O, and P done, and then I continued the border underneath those letters and went down towards the bottom of the piece, and then I was able to do one of the little birds. And since I'm picking my own colors, that was kind of a hairy thing to try to figure out that late in the day. Like this one I did it in the dark shades, but this one is supposed to be a little bit lighter bird, so he blends in a lot, but I still like it. Enjoy working on that. Now, as I spoke about the house that I finished in like the wrong shade of red, I was working on Liberty House. And I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but like, this is on 28 count over 1. Needless to say, that's why I didn't frog it out. But you can kind of see there's just a little bit difference in the shade of the red. And I just was sure that I had the right red until I got to looking at it on a bright day when I wasn't tired. And yeah, it's not the same color. So anyway, this is a good example of why I should be more positively organized and take care of some business here. So, sorry. This is another one that I just really don't enjoy the process on. It's on 28 count, which I'm unable to do the sewing method with. I got to poke and stab, which I used to do that 24/7 and it didn't bother me because I didn't know any different. But now that I kind of enjoy the other process, now it's kind of hard. But I got a few of the leaves put on. What else did I do on this one? I think that was it. I think I just did the leaves, which doesn't appear to be like hardly anything, but there's quite a few stitches in those little leaves. Okay. So yeah, that was just a end of the night type thing, just trying to, and really I've just been doing little segments of time on things, and they're adding up. So I did put a little bit of work in Summer at Hollyberry Farms by Stacy Nash. I love this one. So last time I shared it, I had I think I had done this first alphabet. So on this this part that I worked on, I did the second blue border, or not really border, what the heck is that? Like a little line of stitching. And then I started, I guess I did, I get the alphabet all the way done. So not exactly sure. Oh, there's like some little stars or something over here. But love how it's turning out. See how I've folded my fabric the correct way. Once you've watched their show, you'll understand. Okay, so let's see. Oh, and I was able to get that one, all the threads for that one put on a little ring also. And I even labeled it. So like on a blank one, I was able to put the label that says what project it's for. So if I do happen to take it out to use one of the colors for something else, I know which one it goes to. Or at the end of these videos when I have a pile of mess, I have an idea where I'm going. Okay, so I put a little bit of work into Autumn Leaves by Prairie Schooler. And I don't know if anybody's ever done this one. And I can't really share with you my concern necessarily visually because I don't want to show the chart on this video. But if anybody has done this one here that has the 4 sections to it, in the pattern it looks like you're just supposed to do a back stitching to divide up the 4 sections. So like there's like 4 little sections and it looks like it's back stitching in between on the chart because there's not enough room for it to be a whole cross. But in the pattern, I mean in the picture, it looks kind of like it's supposed to be an X. So I don't know, I started to do that last night because I've got the top part of it all filled in now and I just need to continue down, but I couldn't tell whether that was supposed to be full crosses or if that was supposed to be a back stitch. And that was just enough to make me think, I'm tired, I'm not going to do it tonight. I don't even know if I moved on to anything else. I might have just went to bed. So I got some stash, and I don't know if I'll even share all of it today. But one of the ones I found was not a new chart, I'm sure, but new to me, and it was Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird. So out of my new fabric that I got as a gift from my stitchy friend, I found a piece that I think will be great. It's a mystery linen. That's okay with me. So I went ahead and picked out my colors, because you know me, I don't like to use called for. I like to use the shades that I like. So so these are the ones I came up with so far. There's a few colors I need to go to Joann's and figure out what I'm going to do for them, but I'm excited. So that's ready to start. I was just kind of waiting for a day when I had a lot of clarity of mind. I like to be on my A game when I start something, and lately I haven't been on my A game too much, so I sat my drink down here, and thankfully this is in a baggie because it just got all wet. Okay, and then I picked out a couple other things that I want to start. This one is from Heartstring Samplery, and it's called Pincushion Street. Sorry, I don't have glasses on. And I go to the eye doctor on Wednesday for the very first time. I've never had my eyes checked, and I know that I need glasses because I can't see. And I always wear cheaters to do my cross stitch, and I use pretty high ones. So anyway, I might have glasses next video, who knows? But anyway, love this one. What does it say? Come in the evening or come in the morning, come when you're looked for or come without warning. Friends always welcome on Pincushion Street. Now, I don't know if I feel that way because my house is not always put together enough. Although, ever since I've been doing this Fly Lady system, my house is so much neater than it ever has been because I can't walk by clutter without dealing with it. And if you pick up after yourself the majority of the time, it's not too bad. So anyway, I'm going to go to Joann's today and figure out the thread situation for that because I don't have any kind of blue that color. It's 2 shades of blue and 2 shades of brown. And it's overdyed floss, which I doubt that I will do because I'm cheap. And so I'm going to just get a couple shades that I like. And it's really clever the way they did this. It's done in rows, horizontally for the house and then vertically for the roof. So it kind of looks like shingles and siding. So I picked out a piece of fabric. It's a 36 count. So I'm excited to take that today to the Joann fabric store and pick out some colors. And then I also picked up, it's a Threadwork Primitives, Winter Peacocks. It's a little, I think it's a needle book. Anyway, I loved the idea of the finish. So it's supposed to have instructions in there, which I don't think I've even read yet. But I like the idea of making things into something else since I'm kind of running out of wall space. I like the idea of making something. And since I have a needle issue in my project bags, and I have a cute little needle book that I had made. Well, I think it's cute. This was a freebie off of Pinterest. And it says Stitch up at the top. And I don't know that it was meant to be a needle book. It didn't really say what it was meant to be. But I changed the little initial down here for L for Lisa. And so then I decided to just make it into a thread book. And I like how it turned out. Very cute. But I never use it. It just sits by my stitchy spot so I can look at it. needs to go in a project bag so I can actually use it. So, okay, let's see. And we are at 25 minutes, people. I got past my 15-minute thing. I don't know how or when. It could have been a long time ago that I could have done these longer videos. I don't know. We'll see. I think I can go to like 38, so we might push our luck and see how long we can go. This was another one of my stash that I just got. It is Abby Rose Designs Yuletide on Thistle Hill. So it's a Christmas scene. Kind of excited to do something Christmassy. But I didn't pull the floss or anything for that. That's not on my immediate radar. Oh. Anyway, I found a Scarlet House, a sampler grows. And this is cute. It says, inch by inch, row by row, X's make my sampler grow. How cute. Really love that one. Let's see. I keep making my phone move. Sorry. This one I planned on doing right away, but I'm already kind of over fall. This is Heartstring Samplery, and it's Acorn House Drum. They had that on display there at my LNS, Little Creek Needleworks, and it was really cute. They were doing a trunk show, and they had it there. Super cute, but like I said, I think I'm ready to start. I'm really ready to decorate for Christmas. I just can't believe it. I never used to be somebody who would do that. I would always have it up by like the second week of December, always growing up as a kid. So it was always up usually around then. But now I usually have my cookie exchange that week. And so I don't want to be doing that while I'm trying to have my cookie exchange, and I want it to be up. So now I try to do it a little bit earlier, and I don't necessarily want to do it the week of Thanksgiving. So generally my house is decorated for Christmas by Thanksgiving, just because, for sanity reasons. And we don't have a big gathering that comes here. The only people that would be the addition to my husband and my mom and I would be my brother and his girlfriend, which sometimes they come and sometimes they don't, which I enjoy it when they come, but I don't necessarily want to change all of my plans for, not that I'm not thankful for Thanksgiving, I am, but it's like sometimes we just, it's just the three of us, and it's like a normal dinner that just has a lot more fixings. So I usually decorate before Thanksgiving, so don't judge. But anyway, I am totally ready to, in fact, when I was cleaning today, I thought, okay, I could just get rid of all my Halloween stuff and put it downstairs. And I'm like, oh, Halloween isn't even here yet. Might be, excuse me, getting a little bit too carried away there. Okay, so what else? I think that's it. I think I'll share some of my other haul on the next my next video, because as you know, I don't buy charts very often, so I better spread that out. Hope everybody's having a good day. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you get some stitchy time in. I'm gonna go and finish my cleaning. I have to run to the grocery store, and then I'm gonna try to go to Joann's. So, and the time is just flying by today. I gotta get the move on. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope something was exciting, something was motivating. I know whenever I watch other videos and I see a chart that I have in process, it kind of inspires me to go get some of my projects out. So hopefully this will get you cracking at some of your projects. If you get anything exciting and you want to share it with me, I usually put my email in one of the drop-down boxes on some of my videos. So feel free to send me pictures and help inspire me to get going. I've been watching a lot of quilting things lately, and so I've been looking at some of that stuff and thinking I need to get going and get some things finished. But I don't get too worked up about that. Stitch what you love, right? Enjoy the process, and if you get something finished, okay, that's exciting. Still better off than just a a package that you haven't even opened yet or haven't even started. At least you're closer, right? I think I've said that before. Okay, I'm out of here. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye.